Welcome to the service, y'all. Let me know if you can hear me okay. We already got people in the waiting room congregation, in the waiting comments, waiting room. Sophia Gibson is your rewind cat, is your... Guess what? You're not going to believe it, but guess what?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
That's correct. And who's that coming in? There's more people coming in, too. Yummy Osniel, good morning. Good morning to you, brother. We got very powerful service for everyone today. Very powerful sermons. So many sermons, actually. So many sermons. We're going to repeat a couple for the editor, you know what I'm saying? So that we can cut these clips and get them out to the market, get them out to the community. But in the meantime, get funky with that music. This is Upbeat Happy Synthwave by New Dawn. We got that free from White Bat Audio YouTube channel right here on YouTube. Welcome to the service. Let me sage a little bit here. Let me do a little sage for the community. That's it. I'm gonna raise the vibration, people. Let's raise it. There we go. Okay. Come on in. Welcome to the service. Got a little sage for the community. We got a bunch of vibration raisers today. Real vibration raising topics. Powerful service for y'all. So come on in, get comfortable. Get yourself something to drink. You want a coffee? Get a coffee. Get yourself a coffee. We're going to get right into our topics today. Actually, we've got a very powerful service for the community. Let me know if you can hear me okay, if you can hear the music okay. Yami Osniel says, hitting the like button is righteous. Yes, that is correct, sir. And Chipko, Yami, you know what? I'll give you
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
It's going to be a 2-in-1. The congregation is growing stronger every day. Pretty soon, I'm going to have to do one buttercup for the whole congregation. You know what I'm saying? But still, you guys are here early. You're here on the ground floor of this very exciting spiritual opportunity here at the Drip Podcast. So good for you. Give yourself a little gratitude for being so. I mean, in 6 months, people are going to be like, "Do you know that? You guys heard about it before us? Like, how did you know?" And people are not going to know how you knew. They're going to be like, "How can I stay on top of the latest trends in podcasting?" And you're going to be like, "Listen. If the vibration's there, you would have known about it. Okay, you would have known about God talk. Every morning, 10:10 to 11:11. Right when the correct energies are channeling in from the angels, that's when we stream every morning. So again, thanks for coming, everyone. And let's talk about a lot of stuff happening in the community today, people. A lot of stuff happening in the community. We got this one we got to repeat, because I found a great clip of it. And I found some other interesting information that you guys are going to be surprised about. So let's take a look at it. This video is called Nun's Body Exhumed 4 Years After Death Shows No Decay. Sparks Miracle Claims, New York Post. I just love that the news is covering this. I mean, it's about time that the spiritual community gets their respect in the news world. Some Catholics believe a miracle has taken place at a Missouri church. After a nun's exhumed body showed no visible signs of decomposition 4 years after her burial. Sister Wilhelmina Lancaster, who died in 2019 at age 95, was laid to rest with no embalming in a simple wooden coffin. That's it. But when the Benedictine nuns dug up her coffin last week to move it beneath the church's altar, they were shocked to see she had barely decayed. Oh! I mean, this looks like a lot of stuff here on top of her. It looks like they just covered her in some kind of plastic. Or it could be a wax sculpture, actually. That's true. It could be a waxer. I like how she's got her... She's ready to pop off for God. She has a book called God's Will. It's God's will. How's my body intact? It's God's will. Now the small town of Gower, Missouri town has been, hold up, has become an unexpected pilgrimage destination. Of course, you got to go pilgrimage, with hundreds of people flocking there to marvel at the body of a woman who are demanding to be made a saint. You know what? This is actually a big story, because if this works out, she'll be the first black saint in Catholic history. There's never been a black saint. And they're doing the applications right now. And they might get something back. From the... I mean, right now is the time to do it, though, because there's a very progressive pope. And I think he will allow a black saint. And it's time we need a black saint. There's not one single black saint. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? You know, it's like we can believe in dreams and we can believe in miracles, but not for black people. Come on, guys. Give black people a sainthood. It's just a sainthood, right? It's really disrespectful if you think about it, because what is this? And she worked hard on this. She obviously either planned it herself or the church around her is working hard on this. You know, there's a lot of work going into this. I mean, just look at all the white stuff. You know, there's something on there. There's some kind of cream on there. There's some kind of wax on there. There's, you know, and here, you know, the craziest thing too is that it's, this is why I think CNN is going out of business, because if you take a look on the side, CNN has a 7-minute body of nun appears to show no signs of decay after 4 years. This is why maybe CNN's going out of business. How could they report on this like it's a news story? Fox 33 Chicago. I mean, at least they just did a 1-minute story. Let's do the Fox 33 Chicago.
A nun's body in...
A miracle in Missouri.
A nun's body intact 4 years after her death is drawing crowds. Natalie is back with this unique story.
People are making the pilgrimage from near and far to rural Missouri to see the nun. Her body was recently exhumed so that it could be moved to a chapel.
God is great. Oh, they're touching it. They're touching it. You can touch it direct.
Of the Benedictines of Mary, Queen of the Apostles Monastery.
If you believe it, you have to. If you believe it, you have to.
In Gower, Missouri, never expected to find what they did. The body of their founder, Sister Wilhelmina Lancaster, who died at age 95, was without decay. This despite the fact the sister was never embalmed and was buried in a wooden casket. It's what Catholics refer to as incorrupt.
Well, that's just a sign that she was a very, very holy woman, and the Lord blessed her in her life and at death because she was faithful to her vocation.
The sisters plan to encase the body in glass for long-term viewing, and while incorruptibility is a qualification for sainthood, the diocese says that process has not begun in Lancaster's case just yet.
Now's the time to do it, people. Now is the time. You know, there's a progressive pope in office. What do you guys think in the community? You think is it a scam? Is it a scam but is it pretending? We don't know. We just don't know. I'm getting a lot of praise bees here. It's the aliens. You think it's the aliens? Listen, we're doing aliens next. Dude, I can't believe there's just aliens now. There are aliens now. It is I don't know whether to call it a Kali Yuga thing, where it's like the time of great suffering, or whether we're going into like a time of ascension. Because, you know, a lot of people in the spiritual community are saying that we've just been living in grade 3, but we're about to go to 4D. It's not 4 dimension. And then there's 5D and 6D and 7D too. But we are in the midst of a graduation to 4D consciousness. Yeah. We think we're adults. But in the spiritual world, we are just children of the Most High God. We're just in grade 3. Or we're 3 years old. You could say either way, you could say it. And we're in grade 3, about to graduate to grade 4, 4th dimension. And that's why we're seeing a lot of people are saying that's why we're seeing more aliens. We're going to see more miracles, but we're going to see more evil too. We're going to see more, and you can see signs of both. The Kali Yuga is here. The Hindus call this Kali Yuga, the time of the highest ego entrapment and suffering, is because we are going to the next ascension. And in order to go up into the ascension, it's like a polarized, like you have to die and be resurrected at the top. It's like you have to go through that final arc. So very exciting times. And you guys are here at the perfect time here in Susano says, ascend us all, mighty Amish. Hey man, let's do it. Let's do it, Susanno. Susanoo. Omar Sabur. I think it's messed up to show the body of on the news like that. This feels very low frequency. Oh yeah, Omar, you think it's a low vibration? Well, listen, man. I mean, to be honest, it's a little desperate. It's a little desperate when these religious people get together and they try to make a miracle like this. It's like, on the one hand, part of me, the progressive part of me, is like, let's take care, like, let's get a black saint in there, right? I mean, what did all the white saints do? As if the white saints were doing some real miracles and the black saint did a fake miracle. It's all miracle, right? Like, let's get her in there. If they can go, then she can go. Let's get it done. But then the skeptic in me is saying, like, I think this was all planned. And I do find it kind of silly when people plan their own miracles. Like, I mean, she probably, before she was dying, said, I'm getting visions from God. God said I'm going to die, but my body's not going to die. What do you think that means? And then she might have just told them quietly, and then they, it kind of reminds me of, like, even with Osho, everyone started calling him Bhagwan. And I was like, how did they call him Bhagwan? And I think I saw this old documentary where basically this white guy, of course, a pure devotee, they're doing the service one day, and the guy goes, Bhagwan, 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 I love you, Bhagwan, Bhagwan, I love Bhagwan, Bhagwan, I love Bhagwan. And he kept saying it. And then after that, they were like, I guess we should call me Bhagwan now. It's very brilliant because the main leader can't, and I think we should start practicing this in our congregation. You know what I mean? Start telling me about your miracles. If you come into the show and something good happens today, let's give the credit where it's due to our digital ashram. And that's why it's such a very exciting time for you guys. You're on the ground floor of a very exciting spiritual opportunity. On my left, I think it's on my left, you can see a beautiful digital ashram located on an electron cloud in your heart. Primo real estate, people. We are building this ashram, and it's got 6-7 stories up, and it goes another 6-7 stories down. And Rewind Cat is working on the graphics for that. He's making us a nice little thing that we're gonna show maybe on the next episode. I don't know. We should be back on Monday, but I might just do a ripper on the weekend too. There's too many topics, people. There's too many topics. Too much non-righteousness to report. Let's go next to our UFO topic, because this is ridiculous to me. How the hell are there UFOs? Let's go to the first one. Here we go. UFO whistleblower. So there's two things happening right now. One is there's more footage coming up, right? So like this is some Las Vegas footage that we got to go through. But then also these whistleblowers are saying that the USA government, the United States government, has 12 alien spacecraft and they're sitting on it and they don't want you, the people, to know. Let's watch this one. A viral police body cam video from Las Vegas has social media spooked. Here they come. Aliens in Vegas? Gonna have the time of their lives. Yeah, true. Minutes after the blue light, a 911 call reported two tall figures with big eyes.
There's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one beside it, and it has big eyes and looking at us. And it's still there.
Call in, give us a call.
I wanted to find some aliens. Well, hey, if those 9-foot beings come back into your backyard, you call the police and we'll come back here. Okay?
Yeah. Things come back, don't call us, all right? Deal with it yourself. I ain't dealing with that.
Axon Flex, look at that. Kind of reminds me of the alien footage that Justin Consciousness sent us. We reviewed it a little while ago. It's more of like energy beings. This is what I mean when I say that a lot of people in the spiritual community are saying that we are going from 3D to 4D consciousness right now. That means that we're going from physical bodies to light bodies, energy bodies. And that's why this whole idea that the aliens are just people on another planet, that's one theory. Could be, I don't know. But then the other theory is that the aliens are actually on another dimension. So this whole universe may be just easy to walk around for them. Because once you go into the other dimension, you maybe just walk over, you're at that planet. But in our physical world, it's too far. It doesn't really make sense to travel like that. So it's interesting. Holy crap, look at this guy.
Texture, luminosity, so these objects like shape, size, texture, luminosity. How else do you describe object? Is there something that could be said? So you said like this detect on radar, step one. Now you have FLIR images that can give you a sense that there's actually a physical object. What else can be said about those physical objects?
So eventually someone did see one with their own eyeballs, multiple people. And they saw it in a kind of somewhat interesting way. The object presented itself at the exact altitude and geographic location of the entry points into our working areas. So we enter at a very specific point at a certain altitude, and people leave the areas at the same point at a lower altitude. Probably one of the busiest pieces of sky on the eastern seaboard. So 2 jets from my squadron went out, and they went flying, and they entered the area, and one of these objects went right between the aircraft.
So they're flying in formation, and the object went between the aircraft.
They went between the object, I think. I don't think that the object
This is
was
interesting.
moved.
Let's go to this one.
A bombshell claim about UFOs. A former U.S. intelligence official and Air Force veteran claims a top secret program is withholding evidence of alien spacecrafts.
Certainly interesting. The military whistleblower has now handed over classified information to Congress. Fox's Lauren Blanchard has more.
David Grush handed over extensive classified information to Congress and the intelligence community inspector general, saying it exposes top secret programs that have retrieved and studied debris from alien spacecraft, which he says have been intentionally withheld from lawmakers and the American public. His claims coming just days after a first of its kind NASA hearing on UFO sightings around the world.
It's now our collective responsibility to investigate these occurrences with the rigorous scientific scrutiny that they deserve.
And some lawmakers agree the military and intelligence community need to be more transparent.
I think we should be open to hearing it and telling the American people as much as we possibly can.
I think people are ready to hear whatever's out there. Maybe it's a man-made aircraft, maybe it's otherworldly. Stay tuned.
NASA is expected to release its final report on its UFO study by the end of July. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Wow, what are people saying in the community? You guys think that this is a story? This is real? You know, because I'll tell you, like, one thing that I love about Dan Aykroyd is that Dan Aykroyd just constantly sees these UFOs. Let's take a look at some of his stories. He's got some beautiful stories on this.
I said if I ever meet Dan Aykroyd, I'm going to ask him about this. You believe in UFOs?
Well,
is that right?
I do. I've seen 4. And, you know, I can't say that they're alien craft, and neither can the Air Force. The Air Force has been very interested in this. They don't deny the existence of these hyperdynamic, super aerodynamic craft. They don't deny. Their anguish comes in that they can't tell you. They want to tell you everything but that they're extraterrestrial. Any excuse at all, even if they're unknown or unsolved, but the Air Force cannot just come out and admit that there are extraterrestrial beings far in advance of our culture that have built these machines. Bruce Maccabee has a book out right now. It's called The UFO-CIA Connection. Or the UFO FBI-CIA Connection. It's you can get it on Amazon. Bruce Maccabee is a former consultant for the Department of Surface Naval Warfare, for the division in the Navy there that covers surface naval warfare. He's a physicist. I mean, this is not some flake, and he has gone and taken meticulous research and gotten everything basically over the last, since the 40s, that the Air Force, the CIA, the FBI have written about it. And they're very interested in knowing what's going on, but they, like us, they don't know.
Have they asked you about the 4 you saw?
I didn't discuss with Bruce that, but they were definitely, well, there was one, well, 2 specifically were definite aerial constructs of some kind with one of them with a light and one of them dull gray, and they were structures, and one of them going very slow, one of them hovering over me, and then there were the 2 that my wife and friends and I saw high altitude sighting many years ago in Martha's Vineyard. 2 flying side by side. They were about 100,000 feet up, and they were going fast. And I just had my driver the other day. I went to work there, you know, and I had a driver there.
This guy has so many, man. That's the thing I love about Dan Aykroyd, is that he can do. It's basically like he's an improv guy from Canada. And he believes in the improv community, and he does, like, he has so many of those. He's a blues brother, man, respect. Yeah, I know he's a blues brother, dude. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet, but am gonna check it out after the service. LOL. Raziel the Great says, I haven't been here in way too long. Really? I feel like you were here like 2 days ago. But thanks for coming. You are appreciated. I never took Muta for a UFO guy. Muta? Muta. Oh, Mutahar from Some Ordinary Gamers also just came out with a video on aliens and UFO evidence. Apparently, there's a whistleblower named David Grush. Yeah, no. Looks like the aliens could be a thing. You know what I'm saying? Looks like it could be a thing. Everyone's covering it. It's legit. It's Kali Yuga is here, people. And I love how Dan Aykroyd, when he was doing Joe Rogan, it's like the guy had 3 UFO stories. And then Joe Rogan, I think, asked him about Sasquatch. He's like, "Yep, seen that. He's seen a Sasquatch, a giant monkey man type of figure. He's seen that too." He's talking about I can't tell. Is he freestyling it or? I mean, we gotta believe him. It's Dan Aykroyd. He's a respected member of the comedy community, and there's no reason to make these stories up. Like, a lot of people are seeing the UFOs. And it's something that can be mistaken easily too. But also, the interesting thing about Dan Aykroyd is that he was talking on Joe Rogan. The guy has 4 UFO stories. He has a bunch of ghost stories, bunch of he believes in all of it. He has ghost stories, he has Sasquatch stories, everything. And then at the end, you realize it's like Joe Rogan's trying to make fun of him. But then they get to the end of the conversation and he's talking about when I was a kid, my mom would get these magazines, and my mom was like, "See, son, they're real and they're watching out for us." And he's like, ever since then, I was like, man, I believe in it. So what are you going to say to the guy? He's not supposed to believe in it. His mom believed in it. Pass it on. It's like your religion. You know what I'm saying? It's like the religion's gone, but now the aliens are there. That's why I think it's so important to talk about it on a spiritual talk show. Wow, what a powerful service we got today. A lot of comments in the comment congregation, a lot of powerful topics for y'all today, but very excited about these aliens coming. Very excited because people do seem kind of bored. Nobody's having sex anymore. Apparently, maybe people aren't people are going dancing though. People have been going dancing. It's pretty jumping out there, so that's nice. I like that people are dancing, and maybe that is the start of people having sex again. You never know, but it does seem like, okay, we need a new thing now. You know what I mean? Let's get the aliens in. It's time for the aliens. And if this life is truly a Leela, a play, a joyful thing. Oh my God, Justin Consciousness says, I have definitely seen 2 UFOs and was able to film that one. Oh, so Justin, you filmed that video that you sent me? Justin sent us a video last week. Let's take a look at it, because that really is how I think we should look at for aliens. The way that Justin showed it on his thing. Oh, okay. Man, he's got so many good...
Is that the moon?
Let's take a look at it. This is from our own congregation. I didn't realize that this was our own congregation that... Look at this.
What the fuck is this?
What the fuck is that, bro?
This is over St. Croix, Frederickson, right now. Live video.
2 videos, we got it.
Justin, is that your voice?
Bro,
it's not a balloon from China.
I won't hear nobody else telling me about aliens and shit, bro. I told y'all I've seen them before. What is this? Somebody tell me what that is. Somebody tell me what that is.
This is insane.
I'm going to lie. Dude, what is that? What in the world? Is it wrong about the moon? That's like serious, bro. That's like serious, bro. What is that, bro?
I don't know.
What is that, bro?
Looks like an angel.
It's moving slow.
Bro, what is that, bro?
Looks like an angel.
I gotta go live.
Justin, is that your voice?
It's dissipating.
And it's dissipating. It is joining back one with the source, one with God. That's beautiful, man. Wow, it's like it's spirit. This is what I mean. This is 4th-D Ascension. That could be a 4th-D Ascension. Looks exactly like an angel. What do you guys think?
What the fuck is this?
And this is straight out of our own community. So we're breaking that story right here. Justin Conscious. That's my dumbest talking about going live and what that is. My buddy is Tom talking. Oh, okay, cool. I was there, can explain everything in detail. Yeah, Justin, do you want to call in? We got to start having guests on the show. How about we do, you know what? if you want to do a video, send me a picture of yourself, and we'll do like a real life UFO sighting person comes in, tells all. You know what I'm saying? Let's do a tell all expose on it. I think it's gonna be a good one. CEB Applejack 59 says, LOL, an angel. Applejack. CEB Applejack, how you doing, baby? Come on in. Let's see what's on CEB Applejack's Twitter today. CEB is up to date on the... What does the CEB Applejack stand for? CEB Applejack the GOAT? Pin tweet. Oh, this is it. You have 2 accounts. Here you go. IRS introduces a new tip reporting program. Oh my God. Can you, like, honestly, people, Kali Yuga is here, people. This is what I always get. I go to Applejack's Twitter page and I'm like, there's always a good topic here. Look at this. IRS introduces new tip reporting, and make sure you follow Applejack the Smoka on Twitter. IRS introduces a new tip reporting program. Biden's IRS plans to crack down on waiters' tips. Can the waiters have their tips, y'all? Can the waiters have their tips? I know, dude. There's our man Biden helping out the working class, corporate thieves, and donors. Again, why go after wealthy tax cheats when you can kick single moms when they're down? Am I right? Yeah, it's true, man. Great commentary. Always great commentary from Applejack. And that's actually a perfect segue into our next topic. Tara Reid and the attack that's being done on her right now by the Democrats. It's so, it's just not righteous, people. What they're doing to this woman, it's just not righteous. Let's play a little bit of this and then we'll get into the discussion. But just for context, Tara Reid accused Joe Biden of doing the R word. Apparently we're not allowed to say it. Some people say grape, but I don't want to say grape. R word. Look, there's an N word, R word, C word. Okay? We should all know exactly what they mean. We shouldn't have to get into it. It's fine. She said Biden did it, just for context. She came out with this allegation that Biden did it. She was trying to tell people for years, but I guess the really credible one, or like a major one, came out 10 days before the election. So then the Democrats do this thing where they always attack people. They go after people like her and they destroy their lives, just like they did to Monica Lewinsky. If you guys remember Monica Lewinsky, just like they did to Monica Lewinsky. And they convinced everyone that Bill Clinton's like the smooth player. He's a smooth, sexy player and every girl wants to bang him. Turns out Bill Clinton is doing a lot of R words. He's a sexual assaulter. And Hillary Clinton was covering for him. And now they're doing the same playbook on Tara Reid. So let's play a bit of this clip.
Text of what it means to stay in Russia in America.
Oh, so right now, though, she has to hide out in Russia. She went to Russia for a 7-day visit. I don't know what she was there for exactly. But now that she's there, her lawyers are telling her, like, don't come back to America. It's dangerous for you because these fucking Democrats, psychos, 10 days before an election, someone comes out with a allegation like this, a damning allegation. You want to ignore her? Ignore her. I'm reasonable. I'm very reasonable. What happened?
Current political climate.
I'm very reasonable. Ignore her. Fine. But this thing that the Democrats do where it's like you ignore her and then you win the election. Once you win the election, finished. But the Democrats can't do that. The Democrats are sinners and they just got to ruin a person's life. Just like they did to Monica Lewinsky. They're doing it to Tara Reid. And I think this is a more credible allegation, the one that she has, than the one that they got on Trump. I mean, this is legit, or just as much, just as credible as the one that they have on Trump. Just as credible. That's the problem. Is that you can say Trump is evil, but like you guys do all the same shit. Let's continue it.
Well, to answer your question fully, I was here for 7 days, right? I mean, I literally only packed 7 days worth of clothes, so I don't even have a coat. And I had been so happy because I got this book, deal arranged where I was having my book translated, and then another additional book accepted for next September. So I was thinking I could go back and forth between America and Russia. I've just never bought into the Russophobia and the narrative because as you know, most of it has been like the Steele dossier was turned over. It was false. It was fake. All of this has been fake. I mean, Russia is a capitalistic country like the United States. They don't want to be our enemy. We're not in a war officially with them. So why are they calling it defection or an enemy nation? So really what this is more about, it's not even about that. It's more about, I just wanted to testify before Congress about Joe Biden and what happened in 1993. And I have been terrorized and marginalized to the point where I literally sought sanctuary, because for me to fly home could have meant me walking into a jail cell where, as you know, the new laws allow them to hold people for several months without charges and without counsel.
Dude.
So that would have been very convenient.
Just for telling everyone that Biden, just for telling everyone, these Democrats are sinners.
Or Joe Biden wouldn't.
Yeah, we have, I've commented on the show many times about how I believe you were treated so differently from other people who made Me Too accusations in the reception you got from the mainstream media, a kind of automatic skepticism that was just not extended to so many of these other instances where it was automatic belief and it has to be, the burden is on to disprove it, where in your case it seemed like the media was operating in a more, well, no, the burden is on her to prove it, we're not going to automatically believe it. So I absolutely understand, and I witnessed that total discrepancy. Do you think, do you expect you're going to be staying in Russia for some time now? And are you still in contact with Representative Matt Gaetz or anyone else of that kind vis-a-vis what your situation might be here if you were to return? Do you have someone, contact in government, maybe someone like a political representative who could arrange for you to return and feel that you wouldn't be under the threat of arrest?
That's a good question. I'll let Rada address it, but I'll address this portion of it, that yes, we're still communicating with Representative Matt Gaetz. I still wish, and she'll explain the legal process of doing that, of testifying before Congress. I will not be bullied. I'm not going to be marginalized. I am going to testify. And Robbie, just on a human level, and Bree knows this, I went to Bernie Sanders, AOC. I went to these representatives before I went public for help. No one helped me, and no one's really helping me now. And look at...
Yeah, because they're pussies, man. That's the problem with Democrats. They're such fucking pussies that they can't stand up. Like, once they get the order from above, the rest of them kind of fall in line. I guess it's true for conservatives, actually. I mean, they're all the same like that. That's what being in a party is. You got to fall in line. You got to follow the orders from the top. And you can see people doing it, people that I'm like, you're not even part of this. You're not getting paid for it. And people will just do Democrat or Republican propaganda. And it's like, you're an idiot, right? What do you guys think? I don't know. I mean, I guess if you believe in... If you believe in righteousness and you believe in political action, then you should only be going for like the alt issues, I feel like. You can't be like going into politics and then every opinion is just like, well, what the Democrat said is right. It's like, that's not, you're brainwashed. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I guess maybe it's a personal preference. I just don't like people that are partisan hacks. I think partisan hackery, it's bad for the media, but it's bad in your personal life too. You should be like a Applejack, rebellious, finding the real shit. You know what I mean? Like, not this bullshit. Because it does feel a little bit like when people go along with this stuff, they're a little bit repressing themselves. There's a truth inside their heart that they know is true, which is that, like, if you want to ignore it, again, I'm reasonable. 10 days before an election, she comes out with this. You want to ignore it, fine, ignore it. But once you win the election, you got to leave it.
My life, they took a wrecking ball to my life, a wrecking ball. My life was destroyed. And I'm now facing, my daughter, my pets. I don't know when I'll ever see them again. So for me to make this decision, it had to be serious because it's life altering. And and I don't know what's going to happen. So I'll let Rada speak,
This happens a lot, man. These Democrats, they act like they're so righteous. Basically, CEB Applejack says, believe all victims unless they're against the Dems. This is an example of how good they are at brainwashing people. This is the brainwash they've been doing since. And, you can see this, like, pro-Democrat, anti-Republican, anti-Russia, anti-Trump brainwashing. It's been happening for years. Let's check this out.
In 1998, Americans were divided over Bill Clinton's affair with a White House intern. In the 20 years since, those feelings have only grown more complicated. Monica Lewinsky herself has recently said that her thoughts on the affair have changed in light of the Me Too movement. As with Watergate and the current investigations into Russian meddling in the 2016 election, the presidential scandal was also complicated, involving a number of players, allegations, and legal proceedings. On the 20th anniversary of the Clinton impeachment, here's a guide to how it happened. In 1994, former Arkansas State employee Paula Jones sued Bill Clinton for sexual harassment, arguing that he propositioned her when he was governor. A legal group working on the case in 1998 received an anonymous tip that the president had a relationship with Lewinsky, an intern for his chief of staff. That piqued their interest since it could be used to argue this was a pattern of behavior. On January 7, 1998, Lewinsky filed a sworn affidavit in the Jones lawsuit saying she had never had a relationship with Clinton, but she did not know that a close friend, Linda Tripp, had been taping conversations with her about the affair.
Wow, you guys got to watch this show. There's a TV show about this. They get these actors so perfect.
Days after the affidavit was filed, Tripp gave independent counsel Kenneth Starr 20 hours of taped phone calls. Starr had been investigating the Clintons over a real estate venture known as Whitewater, but the recordings of...
It's so sad because the Republicans are the Republicans are no better. They got 20 hours. If you watch the show, they basically get 20 hours of Monica Lewinsky confiding in that other woman, like all the stuff that happened with Bill Clinton, and then she just taped it all and gave it to these Republican prosecutors. So they're all sinners.
It allowed him to get permission on January 16th to investigate whether Lewinsky had lied under oath. In a deposition in the Jones suit the next day, Clinton denied the affair as well. This turned out to be a key moment of his presidency. That same day, online news outlet The Drudge Report published a story claiming that Newsweek was sitting on a story about Clinton's...
I wonder what happened to The Drudge Report.
It later published another story that Lewinsky had a blue cocktail dress with Clinton's bodily fluids on it. Clinton again denied the affair, this time on nationally broadcast television, saying,
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
And that's a lesson. Don't leave that nut on the dress, brother.
Miss Lewinsky.
On January 27th, Hillary Clinton echoed the denial, arguing in an interview on the Today Show that the charges came from a
vast right-wing conspiracy that has been conspiring against my husband since the day he announced for president.
As the month drew to a close.
The thing is, that is true, though. It's true. They are doing it, but then these sinners, and this is the problem with this divided political arena that we're in now, is that it's not like one team's good, one team's bad. I feel like partisanry is hackery. If you pick either side, it's dumb. But, you know, this is the sin. It's like you have to be able to respond to the negativity without becoming negative yourself, because now they've just become their enemy.
A federal judge ruled that the Jones lawyers could not look into the Lewinsky claim as part of the
Democrats,
lawsuit. But the Starr investigation continued on a separate path. In early February, Lewinsky's mother appeared before a grand jury. She had been suspected of encouraging her daughter to lie to Jones's lawyers. After 3 days of questioning, Starr granted her immunity in exchange for handing over the blue dress. As the summer began, the July issue of Vanity Fair appeared on newsstands featuring glamour shots of Lewinsky, a PR decision that was harshly criticized.
Wow.
On July 27th, Lewinsky met with Starr's prosecutors in New York City, and they announced an immunity deal for her the next day. Clinton then agreed to testify before the grand jury voluntarily.
What a mess.
In August, the impeachment, President Clinton remained popular in polls, and Hillary Clinton saw her poll numbers rise as well. During the midterm elections in November, Democrats did unusually well.
No, they don't.
In mid-November, Clinton
This one doesn't show like how they ruined her life, though. They really ruined her life after. They like harassed her. Okay, let's see this one.
That was a bit quick. Right, Monica, straight forward, please. Monica, can you come to the front? Straight forwards, please. Monica, can you hold the book up? Hold the book up.
Holy shit, the paparazzos are so annoying. Who's talking? They're all just screaming at her. Where's the waterworks? Let's see the waterworks.
And asked if we were going to be nice.
On your right, please.
Man, British paparazzos they're evil people, right? What do you guys think? Monica, how big was it? Monica. Jesus Christ, let the woman sign a thing. All right, let's take a look at it. Oh, we got a dono from Applejack59. Thanks for coming, buddy. Appreciate you. Applejack is raising a lot of money for he's doing a lot of like charity work and raising money for some good causes. Check out his Twitter page. Make sure you go to his Twitter and support him. What's happening out here? Fact Raziel, it's a class war against the common people, and Republicans and Democrats are together. 100%, man. 100%, dude. How can people be so fucking stupid? I don't understand people that are into it. People that are like, they get upset if you bring stuff like this up, and people are like, well, what are you, a Republican? It's like, no, idiot. Tara Reid got, like, it looks pretty credible to me anyway. But, you know, even all these fake cases, like, let's get this one done too, actually, while we're here. Because right now, Trump is being indicted, and these Democrats are so dumb that they think... Let's see it.
Katie, what
Let's see this real quick, and we'll come back.
do we know right now?
Adrian, welcome back to uncharted territory. For the first time in U.S. history, a former president is facing a federal indictment. It is significant, it is serious, and once again, it's expected to bring chaos. Donald Trump says his lawyers have been informed that he's being indicted for his handling of classified documents after leaving.
It's hard to take it seriously because this does seem like a nothing case. That Biden did it too. Why do they keep doing this? It's hard to, it is like the boy who cried wolf. It's like how many times, how many bullshit cases, like I'm not saying that Trump is not a scumbag. Trump is a scumbag, obviously. He's a piece of shit, 100%. But these cases you're bringing out against him are not righteous. They're foolish cases. And I guess if you just admit that, like, listen, we're tying him up in court, we're just wasting his time, then I guess fine, fair enough. But like, for every bullshit case that you do on him, now the Republicans are going to do the same shit on you guys. Does it not occur to them? Like, it just comes back. This partisan politics, and that's why it's such low righteousness. Very low on righteousness. You have to be, when you're caught up in a fight with someone, you're so low in your vibration that you can't see what's right. So you just think like, I got to hit him back no matter what. You escalate, they're going to escalate. Further polarizations, and that's what we're seeing in the party. It's going to be, America could. People are talking about civil war in America. It could happen.
Office. There are multiple reports he'll face 7 counts. Details to officially be confirmed when he appears in court on Tuesday afternoon in Miami. The investigation has spanned months, led by special counsel Jack Smith, looking into the documents Trump took when he left the White House and allegations he resisted demands to return them. Trump released a video declaring himself innocent, saying this is a politically motivated
Sorry, I have a zit in my armpit, and it hurts.
investigation.
We can't let this continue to go on because it's ripping our country to shreds. We have such big problems, and this shouldn't be one of them. It's a hoax.
This is Trump's second indictment. He's facing felony charges in New York State, and this is not likely the last indictment for Trump.
Because the other indictment that he has was for paying off Stormy Daniels, but even the Stormy Daniels case, it's like she's lost $500,000 too on that. So it's like, how much money are you spending on these cases? The one case that they won, or maybe that other indictment they might win it too. What is it? Is it so bad to be indicted? I wonder if this means he can't run.
There's the federal investigation into January 6th and the investigation in Georgia into efforts to overturn the vote.
And then, of course, there's the race for the presidency. What does this mean for that Republican race in particular?
Yeah.
Well, conventional thinking would be that, charges hurt a candidate, but this is Donald Trump. Every time he's faced serious legal jeopardy, it's politically energized him. After both the initial search of his home,
it is like when you have those evil characters. It's like you're good, they're evil, right? There's those evil characters where if you shoot a gun at them, or if you shoot a laser at them, they just absorb the energy and then they become stronger. That's kind of what it's like, good and evil. The Democrats are supposed to be good, so they are supposed to actually have a higher righteousness than this guy. But because they're sinking down to his level, see, you know what's happening, right? Is that when you get criticized, like Tara Reid coming out with her case, right? That's someone of a higher righteousness telling someone of a lower righteousness, here's an opportunity to come up. But what the Democrats are doing is they're reaching up and saying, oh yeah, I should move closer to God. No, I'm going to pull you down. And they're ruining other people's lives and ruining themselves, really. They're destroying the party. Because this is how is anyone, if they don't win these cases, how is anyone going to ever believe them?
For documents. And when he was arrested separately in New York, we saw the Republican base rally behind him, the core supporters who love Trump. And then the party establishment supports him too, making him even stronger.
Yeah,
Adrian.
That's the scary thing, man, is that if they can't pull this off, you're only making him more vicious, man. And that's the problem. And that's why righteousness is its own reward. Righteousness is its own reward. When someone attacks you with non-righteousness, you have to stop them. You have to stop them. But then it has to be in a way that like raises you. It can't be like, you know, he's a thief, so now I'm allowed to be a thief. That's a trap. You know, he makes a bunch of bullshit court cases because that's what Trump does. If you watch his documentary, his whole life has been just bullying people in court, making up fake court cases on people, and just bullshitting. And the Democrats are like, okay, well, let's do that. Now you're becoming your enemy, you fool. You have become your enemy. You have no moral ground to stand on. Let's go to the community. What's the community saying? What's the community saying? Great analogy. Thank you, Justin Consciousness. Appreciate it. Justin Consciousness sent us I saw your topic. We're going to cover that topic next episode. Thank you. And again, let's play a track here, people. Let's play a track. This is called True Art, Real Affection Part 4 by Noir A. Blanc V from the YouTube Creator Library. And you're listening to the Drip, Drip, Rip, 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 Rip and Dip. Live from our digital ashram. This is an anti-cult cult. You know what I'm saying? This is cult behavior, cult thinking. Even in that's why we got to do so much politics. We're the only spiritual channel that's covering politics like this because politics really is like a big cult. In order to join and support a team, either of these sociopaths, you have to basically, and you can see it in people. They got to shut down parts of their brain. They got to like block out so much information. You know, like people who really love the Democrats, if you bring up a lot of stuff, they'll say, no, that's far left. I'm not allowed to look at that. I'm just a little bit left of the Republicans, pal. Very responsible. I can't go far left. It's like, that's the good shit, dumbass. That's the good information. You're gonna stay and like, nope, only Democrat approved. And then of course, so that's one horse blinder, but then the other horse blinder is like anything that Trump said, no, Trump said that. So they're basically walking around like this. So then once you got those blockers up, there's no need to even brainwash. If the only information you're getting is like, I can't look at far left, you know, because that's the argument that people give you when you say like, okay, look how Biden screwed over the student debt people. Look how the student debt thing is such a scam. Like the fact that he ran on canceling student debt over and over again, and then they did it in a way that they knew the Republicans could just reverse it. It's bullshit. But if you bring that up, people are like, oh, come on, what are you, far left? That's far left. You're a far left extremist. Communist. Even Democrats say that now. That's pathetic, man. Fucking pussies. Why don't you stand up for something? What is this like? I gotta just toe the party line and only look at the information. I can only look at Democrat specified information. I can't look at anything else. Is now you're a communist, now you're far left. I can't look at it. Okay, so you got one horse blinder here. Then anything Trump, then there's Trump derangement syndrome on the other side. So basically, yeah, the brainwash is done. If this is the only information you're getting, just Democrat-approved information, then you're brainwashed. And the Republicans, of course, are no better. They're basically like here and then here, but they're fighting each other like they're completely like, oh, God, that's the enemy. It's like you're both the same corrupt pieces of shit. Where's Rosniel? Barack is basically Black Jesus for the DNC. Yeah, he's Black Jesus the way he killed all those Muslims. Also reporting on Elon's new open request policy. Musk, Twitter to publish all government censorship requests, whether Twitter complied with these requests and why or why not. Okay. Susannu says, great stream, Amish. Thank you. I do appreciate y'all. Without y'all coming in here, I'm just a crazy person shouting into the wind. Just shouting into the ether. Yeah, no, someone was talking about this. I was out. I told you guys this a couple of times, but I remember I was out and someone was like, you're just like bringing up, it's so gross. I just find it so gross when people do this. We're just talking about Trump, just joking, just shooting the shit. Really just talking about what a scumbag he is. And this guy is so brainwashed. He goes, like he looks scared. Like, first of all, he looks scared because I guess we didn't open the conversation with like, now Trump's a real bad guy and I don't like him. But like, I get we're just shooting the shit. Basically talking about what a scumbag he is. And just like kind of laughing about it. And this guy's like, oh God, oh my God. You know, Trump did a Muslim ban. What kind of world do you want to live in? Do you want to live in a world where before I say my opinion on something or before I start a conversation, I have to say like, now Trump's a real bad guy and I don't like him. But the other day he did something that's very interesting. Like, what the fuck kind of world is this? That is not a culture that I want to live in. Sorry. But these people are so brainwashed. They can't help it. They just can't help it. They're just so deep in that they hear you talking. They're like, Trump is bad. Do not talk about Trump without specifying that you do not like him. Biden 2024. Oh, you guys want to get a hooker? It's like, what happened? Why can't you be a normal human being anymore? Where this comes up and you gotta, some people gotta toe the party line. But we don't believe in any kind of brainwash here. McZemzem says, what color tie do you prefer your warmonger elect wear? I think it should be bright blood red for the blood of our enemies, brother. Let's kill them all, right? That's what we want to do. That's what we're creating, is a warmongering culture. The Democrats have what are they? What good do they do for the society? If they can't stand up against the war machine, if they can't stand up against police, well then fuck them, dude. NPCs, 100%, dude, NPCs. But we're not any NPCs in here because we fight against, this is an anti-cult. We fight against the brainwashing in the society, in the greater community. But it is just so gross, though. It's so gross to hear people just support it. Especially on Democrat, those two young kids that are like, you better vote for Biden, or if you don't vote for Biden, you're an idiot, and I hate Trump, and you better vote for him. It's like, guys, don't make me your turn. It's a big turnoff. The NPCism, and that's the biggest problem with them, is that the NPCism is such a gross turnoff that, like, you're turning people away here. It's not helping. We're getting a lot of hearts in the culture. We're getting a lot of hearts in the community because you guys know, we don't got a bunch of brainwashed idiots in here. We have very high vibrational thinkers here, so that's good. That's good. No, and I'm glad. And make sure you check out Steve Applejack's channel because he is, spitting fire on Twitter every day. So check it out. Great stuff. Kind of reminds me of I do want to watch this clip again. I love this clip. This piece of shit. This motherfucker. Speaking of NPCs, this NPC fuck. And I know guys who do this. And it's like, you're not getting paid, idiot. All right, let's watch it.
Government will be obliged.
This is Middle East Eye.
South Africa is a treaty member of the International Criminal Court. If Putin comes here in August as planned, your government will be obliged to arrest him. As head of the ANC, do you believe your government should and indeed will arrest Vladimir Putin?
If it was according to the ANC, we will want President Putin to be here even tomorrow.
You would welcome Vladimir Putin here right now?
Of course we will welcome.
A man who is being investigated for war crimes.
Putin.
What a loser. What? The British Empire is done. This piece of shit he's got a look on his face like 10 lashes.
Is a head of state. Do you think that a head of state can just be arrested anywhere? How many crimes have your country committed in Iraq? How many crimes have everyone else who so
fucking right,
committed
dude.
in Iraq
Fucking
and Afghanistan?
Fucking rip them, dude.
Tony Blair went.
This is a high vibration. You should feel like a flutter in your heart, a raise in vibration.
To Iraq and claimed that there were.
Look at this idiot. He's such an idiot. He's like, 20 lashes. Now you've done it.
Weapons of mass destruction. More than millions of people have died in Iraq and Afghanistan, and there are no weapons of mass destruction.
South Africa is
and this is a show called Hard Talk. How brainwashed do you have to be to think that Hard Talk is like, I'm going to go around and tell everyone what the government wants them to do? It's Hard Talk. It's brainwash talk. It's British Empire. It's colonized talk. NPC talk. You're going to go around and lecture people about like, you're not doing what our government said you should do. 30 lashes. Now you've done it. That'll teach you. And this is why we need the Empire to take back Africa. What do you guys think? Am I being extreme here? Am I being extreme? Am I being hard on this idiot? I don't know. Just guy fucking pisses me off. What is wrong with people? Raziel the Great, $10. Remind the congregation to stay positive and balanced. Love is truly our most powerful weapon. Do not let others impart fear or anger into your heart. With love comes tolerance and understanding. Oh, Raziel. You're right. You're right. And you know what? Just like that, we are at the end of our sermon for today, y'all. We are at the end of our sermon. And, next time I do have, we got political there. Raziel, you're right. Raziel, you're right. You're right. But, it's interesting because there is this attitude of people call it toxic positivity and people call it toxic spirituality even, where there's almost this attitude of hey, just ignore anything negative. Just ignore anything negative and, hey, I'm just positive. Because a lot of spiritual teachers do that. They won't touch politics, and they hide behind this thing of hey, I'm just being positive. Come on, man, be positive. That is a lot, whereas I do feel like there's a lot of spiritual teachers that talk about this life is supposed to be a rebellion, a revolution. So, Raziel, you are right. We do have to maintain love in our hearts, because if we start getting negative, then we're no better than the sinners. We got to make sure that we're not lowering our vibration like the sinners. But you're right, Raziel. You know what? Let's end off with something nice and silly and fun. How about this, huh? How about this for the community? How about this? And then I'm going to read a couple of comments. We're going to get out of here. This is a beautiful little sermon that I came across.
Oral sex, demon. You see oral sex? Look, oral sex. Look. You oral sex. Use oral sex. Let that sperm of that man out. Out, you demon. Out. Let go.
Delivered me 2 Sundays back. Then a demon came with his penis and put it in my mouth. And then he came again and he slept with me last week.
Okay. Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? Speak. Who are you? Who are you? Look at that demon.
There's just so much sexual shame and repression in our society. And
who are you? Speak out.
I do feel like it is my responsibility to say that there is nothing wrong with sucking someone's dick. I don't care what gender you are or what race you are or how you identify. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Oh my God.
Jesus' name.
He just goes, Jesus' name.
Come up from the private part.
That's nice.
Come out from the private.
We need to be acknowledging our sexual urges and not be ashamed of them and not be,
Come out from the private. Come out. Out. From the private. Go.
Wow. Let's all go into our day with a positive spirit. You're right, brother. You're right, Raziel. We got to go into the day with a positive spirit. It's 11:09. We got 2 minutes left. Let's start the track. It's time to go. What a great time to be alive. What an exciting time to be alive. There's all kinds of silly people in the world, all kinds of people, but it is my duty as a spiritual teacher to remind you that there is nothing wrong with sucking a dick or eating a pussy. These are all, I would say, high vibration activities. Both, I would say, are high vibration activities if done with consent, obviously. They should be done with radical consent, excitement of it. And we should be, we should be going down on each other. How about less bombs and more oral sex? No one's gonna die. No one dies from it. McZemzem says, holy concussion, God is great. Rewind Cat, Christian fails, LOL. Oh, we got some Hindu fails coming too. We got some Hindu fails. We're going to show the Hindu fails and the Muslim fails too. We can show all the fails. Urain says, yo, I'm late. Yeah, no, you're late, but it is on the channel forever. So you can watch it now, Urain Brute. And yeah, make sure you watch it and leave some comments. And let me know what topics you want me to cover, what topics you would like my pontifications on. Justin Consciousness says, great stream, great chat, blessings all. Very good, very good. Well, guess what, everybody?
Well, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
You know, and I do feel like Democrats, you got it when it comes to these assault cases. You win the election.
When
you gotta
let go, you let God.
Let go and let God take care of it, and we gotta do that with a lot of issues. Let go and let God take care of it, so that we can get on with our day and have a positive day. It's 11:11, people. The energies are channeling in. The angel energies are channeling in. I don't know if you can feel that coming through me, but I can feel it. It's coming through, and we just had a great episode. Thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate you all. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day. Sophia Gibson, Raziel the Great, Yami Osniel, Gorgurgura, Justin Consciousness. And we got 2 donos today. Raziel the Great, $10. We should end with this. Well, I mean, we have CB Applejack 59, $2 says, did you see how the feds indicted Trump last night? Yes, I did. It's a cheap shot. Oh, we have another one from CB Applejack. Believe all women unless they are against Dems. Yeah, that's true, dude. That is true. It's so sad. Raziel the Great, $10. Remind the congregation to stay positive and balanced. Love is truly our most powerful weapon. Do not let others impart fear or anger into your heart. With love comes tolerance and understanding. Yes, yes, yes. Very good to all our congregants. Thank you so much for coming. Have a